Man, can you let the world know where you come from, man?
Where I come from?
Yeah, man, where you from, man? What city you from,
Hey,
man?
come on, man. Come on, man. You know, man. The world should already know what's for the ones who don't know, man. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, man. Orange Mountain, Tennessee, man. You dig?
AHumbleSoul, we checking back in, man. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe if you're not already connected with us and you enjoy the content. Want to put something up on Hernandez Govan, one of the people charged in the young Dolph murder.
The case continues for Hernandez Govan, the man accused of setting up the hit to kill Adolph Thornton Jr., also known as Young Dolph. Govan is facing conspiracy charges in Dolph's death, and records show Govan allegedly hired co-defendants Justin Johnson and Cornelius Smith to kill the rapper.
You know, the trial for straight drop is already taking place and he was convicted, you know what I'm saying, his role in murdering Dolph, you know, first degree murder, conspiracy to commit first degree murder, as well as being a felon in possession of a firearm. You know, the judge hit him with a life sentence for the first degree murder charge alone, and he's supposed to be sentenced for the conspiracy charge and the felony gun possession charge in November. But you know, during this trial, it was a handful of people who testified linked to the case, one being his brother, Jamarcus Johnson, who, you know, accepted his phone and helped him communicate with his co-defendant Cornelius Smith. You know, Cornelius Smith, you know, he took the stand and testified and pretty much spilled the beans and let the world know his involvement and how everything came about. And he named, you know, Hernandez Govan as the person who pretty much recruited him, as well as straight drop, you know, Justin Johnson, to take the hit, you know, carry out the hit on Young Dolph. And they did that under the impression that they would be paid $100K, you know what I'm saying, after they took care of the hit, or if they was able to catch any other PRE members, you know, they would be compensated for that. But Hernandez Govan is somebody who's kind of stayed under the radar for the most part. He did an interview where he was tight-lipped, you know what I'm saying, for the most part about his case a while back. But other than that, you know, he's just been out on bond.
Continuing that breaking news in young Dolph's case, Hernandez Govan, one of the prime suspects in the rapper's death, is now out of jail on a $90,000 bond.
Govan was released on bond earlier this year. As a condition of posting bail, he was placed on house arrest, only allowed to leave his home for medical reasons or if he needed to meet his lawyer. During his last court appearance, Govan requested the terms of his bail be relaxed so he could leave his home freely and even get a job.
His name was mentioned multiple times during Justin Johnson's trial. Well, it was said that, you know, he was the link. He was the person who was connected to Big Juke, Cornelius Smith, and he was the person who was connected to Straight Drop.
What's your relationship with CMG? I ain't got no comment on this shit. I feel you.
You know, Cornelius Smith testified and said that when he came over Hernandez Govan's spot one time to grab some pills from him, that Big Juke was in there, and that's when they all chopped it up about the hit on Young Dolph, when he found out that Juke was offering $100K, you know what I'm saying? And that's when he said that he decided to take the hit, and he said that Straight Drop was also somebody who Hernandez Govan chopped it up with, you know, about taking the hit and linked him with Big Juke. And it was said during trial that Hernandez Govan was somebody who was involved in Straight Drop's music career, and that he actually was in negotiation with Big Juke to get Straight Drop on CMG.
All right, so whose car is that?
It's Young Dolph's car.
All right, and you say we, who saw this car?
Me and Justin.
Well, let's back up then and tell me, how do you know Justin?
Through Govan.
All right, and who is Govan?
Hernandez Govan, Quick. We know him by Quick. We knew that, you know, they had a hit on Dolph in them head or whatever, so.
Who had a hit on whose head?
Big Juke had a hit on Dolph's head or whatnot, so.
How do you know that Big Juke had a hit on Dolph's head?
Cause Quick had told me about it, Quick, and, you know what I'm saying, being just.
How much money was it supposed to be?
$100,000 on Dolph's head.
You know, Hernandez Govan, he didn't testify during trial. It was said that he would be one of the people who would testify.
As you heard about Hernandez Govan, he was cooperating. in this investigation. He met with law enforcement on at least 2 occasions pursuant to a proffer agreement, which meant he was allowed to go in and give information and not have his words used against him later.
He's been out on bond. You know, he's the only one in this case that's been out on bond as far as like regarding the 3 main people.
Images of this now infamous white Mercedes, Memphis police say was the getaway car used in young Dolph's murder at Makita's Cookies, has been viewed by millions. The car was found outside this abandoned home on Bradley Street days after the killing in late November. It's the same home seen here in this music video featuring young Dolph's accused killer, Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop. Court records show 43-year-old Hernandez Govan, who was just indicted in the rap star slaying, along with Johnson and Cornelia Smith, once lived just a few houses down.
You know, back in November of 2022, he was arrested and charged with, first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, as well as attempted first-degree murder. But in May of 2023, he was able to get out, on a bond, on a $90,000 bond. And something worth pointing out is that, Hernandez Govan has the same lawyer that got Lil Durk off in the 2019 shooting case that he had, attempted murder case that him and King Von had, related to the shooting that took place outside of this popular spot in Atlanta called the Varsity.
On Friday, detectives from Atlanta and Chicago testified in the criminal case against rapper Lil Durk in Fulton County Court. They say around 5 in the morning on February 5th, Lil Durk, whose real name is Dirk Derek Banks, and his co-defendant Devontae Bennett were seen on camera involved in shooting Alexander Witherspoon, a person police say they knew.
Lil Durk was caught up in a situation and he was hit with multiple charges. His lawyer ended up getting him off. Hernandez Govan has the exact same lawyer fighting for him in this case.
Prior to my situation, of course, we all follow, what's going on in hip hop, And I realized he was a great attorney when he represented Durk and King Von on their case. That they was innocent on. So I decided to reach out to him, because I knew he was a fighter, and I needed a fighter.
He's been out, man, preparing for his case. When he appeared in court after being arrested, he pleaded not guilty to his charges. But Hernandez Govan, he represents Orange Mound. He's known as Orange Mound Quet. He said he's always been a hustler, man, and he's also a sports gambler. But he had past ties in the music industry, especially to people like Lil Flip. He was under the whole Clover G umbrella and was around when Flip was beefing with T.I. and all of that. But his name is in this whole Young Dolph murder trial, man. Young Dolph murder case as the person who masterminded everything and recruited, Straight Drop and Cornelia Smith to carry out the hit, and also is the person who had the ties to Big Jook. But we gonna stay tuned, man, to see how everything plays out with the situation. If you're not already connected to the channel, man, you're not already tapped in and subscribed, please hit the button ASAP. It's greatly appreciated. Until next time, I'm gonna holler at y'all. 100.